Washington, but the Border Patrol released some stats today that are absolutely going to terrify you. Terrify you. Listen to this.
The Director of Immigration and Customs Enforcement confirms that more than 13,000 illegal immigrants convicted of murder have been caught at the border and then released into the United States. The letter here tells the tale. Hello, I'm John Roberts in Washington. You believe this, Sandra?
Which means they are here, and this is just an unbelievable development. I'm Sandra Smith in New York. Good to be with you, John. This is America Reports. Let's get right to Bill Melugin. He's got this news for us. He's live out of Douglas, Arizona right now, where Vice President Kamala Harris is set to visit later this afternoon. Bill, the details of this news, what do you have?
Yeah, and Sandra, bear with me. We just got these numbers moments ago, but it's a jaw dropper to say the least. So to set the stage here, let me just explain what these numbers mean. ICE has something called a non-detained docket. Essentially what that is it means migrants who were encountered by DHS but are no longer in federal custody. So who's on this non-detained docket?
You're reading that correctly. Kamala Harris and Dementia Joe have allowed nearly over 13,000 murderers to come across the border. 13,000. Nearly 16,000, SA people who have done unspeakable things to other women and kids. And 425,000 convicts. There is nothing. It was funny, I was watching the Five during our little break here. There is nothing you can say about this if you're a Democrat. There's no response. There's no retort. You are done. We have unleashed 13,000 murderers into the United States. And she's going to go down there and have the audacity to tell us that she wants to secure the border now? You can kiss my you-know-what. Listen to this.
Docket. It's illegal immigrants who were caught and released at the border, released with the court date years away. They're in immigration proceedings, combined with illegal immigrants who have already been ordered, deported from the country by a judge, but are still here roaming the country. So keep that in mind, this non-detained docket. According to a letter that the acting director of ICE just sent to Texas Congressman Tony Gonzalez, on ICE's non-detained docket, they're currently tracking 425,000 non-citizens who have been convicted of a crime. Of that number, over 13,000 non-citizens have convictions for homicide and are on the non-detained docket, meaning they're roaming the country right now. On top of that, there are another 15,811 non-citizens convicted of sexual assault who are...
I want to ask Democrats, I'm sure there's some trolls in here, what the hell do you have to say about this? You can't say it's not true. It came from the Border Patrol and Homeland Security. So let's just take that off. Just shut up if you're going to say it's not true. Are you okay with this? Are you okay putting your family and other people's families in danger in order to get a vote? Because that's what it's all about. We heard her yesterday where she's like, we got to find a way to get these people a path to citizenship, i.e. we need to get them to vote. Are you okay with putting your family, your daughter, your granddaughter in harm's way in order to get a friggin' vote? Shame on you if that's how you feel. I mean, absolutely. Is it worth it that much to you to put so many Americans in danger just so you can try and find a way to beat Donald Trump? If that's how you feel, I pray for your soul. You're an absolute scumbag.
Roaming the country right now on ICE's non-detained docket. It doesn't stop there. Those are convictions. The ICE director also says there are currently just under 1,900 non-citizens on the non-detained docket who have pending homicide charges who are roaming the country, and another 4,250 non-citizens who have pending sexual assault charges who are roaming the country on the non-detained docket. So people's eyes might be glazing over right now with all the numbers we just threw at you. Just to put it in a nutshell right here, what we've learned from the acting ICE director via this letter to Congressman Tony Gonzalez is right now there are over 13,000 illegal aliens convicted of.
Okay, so this guy, Mags K. Sorry, no way that's accurate. If it is, that's a crime. What do you mean if? What do you mean no way it's accurate? You think they just made it up? You think Kamala's organizations, Kamala's agencies, you think they made it up? Because this came from the Border Department. This came from Mayorkas. There's no way that the Border Department decided they were going to type up some fake numbers without it having been exactly verified and approved to be sent out by the Border Department. In case you don't know, the Border Department is under Mayorkas, who is under Merrick Garland, who is under Dementia Joe and Kamala Harris. What do you mean if? These, wait a minute, I'm going to change what I just said to you. You're right, if it's true, because it's probably not true. You know why it's probably not true? Because it doesn't count the ones that got away or snuck in that nobody knows about. It's actually higher. It's not lower, it's higher. So you're actually quite right. No way that's accurate. No, there's no friggin' way this is accurate because it doesn't account for the people who slid in, through the back door under cover of night. God help us.
Homicide who are roaming the United States right now. There are another 15,811 illegal aliens roaming the country right now who have been convicted of sexual assault, and there are even more who are facing charges for homicide and charges for sexual assault. So this just goes to show, guys, the non-detained docket has exploded under the Biden administration to over, I believe it's 7.3 million. They're anticipating it could hit 8 million by the end of the year. But looking at the numbers on this letter right here, there are currently over 600,000 non-citizens on ICE's non-detained docket who are either convicted, 600,000 non-citizens on this non-detained docket who are roaming the country right now. Of that, 425,000 have already been convicted of crimes. 222,000 are pending crimes. And again, the most serious crimes we just told you about.
600,000 gigawatts. I feel like the guy inside Back to the Future. What are you talking about? What are you friggin' talking about? What have you Democrats done? What has Kamala Harris and Dementia Joe done to this country?